In this video, we're going to present you with some shocking new information. Are Meghan and WME breaking up? Meghan Markle is pretty good at putting out facts that turn out to be just clickbait. So when there's news that her newest PR agency has gone into meltdown, then it's going to be something to continue. King Charles refused Harry's return. Now let's go. According to a new clip on Twitter, after a raging argument at the WME offices, Meghan and WME are breaking up. I mean, who would have thought? And all because of a missed Emmy award that she neither earned nor deserved. That Netflix series was a piece of garbage, just like the two of them. I can't believe it took them this long to realize that putting lipstick on a pig is not gonna work. Seriously though, who could blame Ari Emanuel for ditching that demon? Who needs her presence hanging around like a nasty smell and upsetting the employees, which apparently she is incredibly good at? If this story is true, then this is another nail in their coffin, if there's any room left for another nail, that is. They are finished in Hollywood and everywhere else as well. Meghan probably tried to do them like she did Sunshine Sachs and refused to pay them, but that would never work at somewhere like WME. And it's interesting because this is coming out only a day after about 10 articles claiming that all of these people are her new besties. The clip is kind of strange though. I'm not really putting a lot of interest in it because most of what is said in that video simply doesn't match with how WME or Hollywood and Emmys really work. And that initial photo was not even Ari Emanuel. Somebody appears to be very confused. I hope they do kick her to the curb, though. I'm not shocked that they would want to. I believe that Meghan is not only a narcissist, she is also a psychopathic narcissist. So what exactly is Meghan bringing to the table? We don't ever hear or see any evidence of her actually working with these alleged charities she supports. It's pretty clear at this point that investing anything in Meghan Markle, whether it's time or money or whatever, is a huge mistake. Ari Emanuel knew what he was getting, damaged goods. I mean, even Sunshine Sachs could have told him about their PR representation and the nightmares that came one after another. And let's not forget, Meghan Markle didn't even pay her bills for almost a year. Ari never should have accepted Meghan as a client. He never should have associated himself and his team and put his name right next to hers. He knows how much reputation and association matters in Hollywood and basically everywhere else. He could have lost so much from this little deal. It's a good thing that Ari decided to smarten up and put that trash in the garbage can where it belongs. The only things Meghan really knows how to do anyway are spew a bunch of hateful lies, call up the paparazzi to tell them where she's going to be, buy awards for herself, and pull these ridiculous stunts. I don't know about you, but I am very excited about the day when we don't have to see Meghan's smirky face atop her wrinkled, ill-fitting clothes anymore. I mean, seriously, does she not own a single mirror or iron? She always does strange stuff too, like sticking her tongue out at inappropriate times. Meghan believes they deserved an Emmy because of the high viewership of their series. But what Meghan doesn't seem to understand is why people watched it. People just wanted to see it in the same way that people want to watch a train wreck. People wanted to see how many lies she would tell and how fake she would be in the series. But overall, it was incredibly boring, just the same old nonsense. I really believe that most people who tuned in would never watch another series of theirs, and honestly, nothing about them ever again. Unless, of course, it's another South Park episode. I know I would love to watch that. I mean, they knew they were beating a dead horse with that one. I'm sure the retainer was a lot of money with very little work, actually. But they knew what Meghan was all about. WME knew all about her characteristics. They didn't take her on because they wanted to lose something. They took her on because they wanted to make some quick money. Meghan doesn't seem to understand, though, that she's the one being used in this situation. I mean, she knows all about using, but usually it is the other way around. What a fool to believe that just because they're paying so much money to WME, with Harry's money by the way, that nobody's going to be using anybody because she is such a catch, so they'd better deliver. Yeah. She doesn't seem to understand. They never thought that she was very impressive. They knew what she was all about. She's unimportant, she's rude, she's delusional. I don't believe this relationship is going to last much longer. I understand that WME probably wants to leave with a healthy profit, not a loss, and I'm sure they're going to find a way to do that. Meghan is isolated, and you know, for some time I had an idea that Harry was going to be extracted and that she would be left wearing it all over her head like a bucket of poo. Her anti-monarchist string pullers, though, are going to be gone. I think Meghan's best bet would be to take whatever the king offers her. She needs to sign that NDA, and then she needs to disappear entirely. Meghan has had her 15 minutes of fame, and now it's over. And Harry, well, that traitor caused so much pain to his dying grandparents as well as the rest of his family. And if he has real children, then it looks like they're living like prisoners. My goodness, Harry is not worth saving. He is such a disgrace. Maybe he should actually have to suffer the consequences of his actions for a while. Maybe he needs to finally understand what he decided to walk away from. Maybe then he would finally learn some humility, but probably not. There are also a few articles out there referencing Meghan's demand to be addressed as Duchess at her new agency, and apparently people were not big fans of that demand. She doesn't have any real talent, and they use their royal connections to attack the royal family. Now there are rumors that they're wanting to rent an apartment in one of the palaces, and they're wanting to come back to help Charles. Well, I hope they're not waiting for that one. Signing with WME was a last-ditch effort for Meghan to reinvent herself, but that blew up in her face. If the story is true that they're trying to return to the royal family, well, I hope that Charles does the right thing and shuts them out completely. The nerve of them to even ask after what they did, all those unfounded accusations. Telling so many lies about his family, his grandparents, the late queen, his father, his brother. Why would anybody honor such a cruel and vindictive act? And what exactly have they accomplished anyway, other than spewing a bunch of vile hatred? They are worthless. They are so incredibly dangerous and destructive. And this is one of Meghan's favorite ways to make money after all. There's always the race card to pull, but that has been overused at this point. And in this case, I'm guessing it's irrelevant. I've said it many times before, I was more than a little bit surprised that WME chose to sign on with her to start with. Surely Ari Emanuel knew all about her reputation and her lack of talent. I can't help but wonder what made him want to sign with her. Perhaps he didn't realize what a horrible person she is, but now he knows all too well. So the big question here is, who else is willing to take a chance on somebody like her? I'm guessing nobody. The way things are going, the king might not have to offer her a dime. She's going to be broken, she's going to be in the gutter, and that's where she belongs. Or maybe she'll be where she really belongs, in an institution with padded walls. In some ways, though, I think it's kind of funny that WME and Meghan got into some big fight. I guess they took the money and they tried to run, and Meghan tried to stop them, but I'm pretty sure she didn't succeed. Let's remember, folks, that greed and this obsession with money truly is the root of all evil. Even if the devil offers you a very attractive deal, it is not a good idea to sell your soul to him or her if we're talking about Meghan Markle. Let's remember that horrible curtsy. That told us all we needed to know. And this woman is supposedly the mother of Harry's children, and he's making fun of his grandmother like that in his culture. Oh yeah, real class act there. I don't believe for a second that King Charles is going to take them back into the royal family. Every other senior royal out there is so opposed to them. The opposition from the royal family and to their comeback, especially Meghan Markle, is going to be fierce. It's going to be something to behold. And maybe it's going to be all private, but the British people are not going to be so quiet. King Charles just has way too much to lose in more ways than one. It sounds like a good idea for Harry to go back to Africa, and he needs to do it by himself. South Africa doesn't want anything to do with Meghan Markle, and Meghan Markle doesn't want to be in South Africa. I think I'm going to go pour myself another cocktail and make some more popcorn, because we might have a show to watch. And you, what do you think about Harry and Meghan? Let us know your opinion below in the comment section, and we can also talk about your thoughts and feelings. Don't be afraid to like and share my video with your friends and relatives who need it anytime you want.